Other news tonight, our chopper was also flying over the Oroville Dam spillway today, and the first thing we noticed were these marks in the new concrete and some water seeping down the spillway tonight. The Department of Water Resources saying it's not concerned and could be using this spillway in the coming days. KCRA 3's Max Resnick is in Oroville with DWR's explanation of what those marks are and what it'll take for the department to use it.
Livecopter 3 shows dark lines in Oroville Dam's primary spillway and seepage coming from those lines. The Department of Water Resources tells us rainwater has seeped through the spillway's roller compacted concrete walls and onto the chute. They say this was anticipated. DWR says the spillway was covered with a white compound to help seal the concrete, and that is what we're seeing being washed away. The department explains these dark horizontal lines are the result of a sealant used to fill in joints created by metal expanders put in the spillway last year. That was done to aid the roller compacted concrete's curing process. Later this year, the department says the entire middle portion of the chute will be covered by structural concrete slabs and walls with a permanent drainage system able to capture any runoff. Of question now, whether the spillway could be used next week as a storm system moves into Northern California.
The wettest version of the forecast that we're looking at show that there's potential that the lake could actually rise above 830, and that would trigger the potential use of the spillway.
DWR's Assistant Director of Public Affairs, Aaron Mellon, says the flows from the spillway are guided by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
It would be a slow ramp up, a slow ramp down, and notification downstream with any changes to spillway flows.
More than a year after the spillway broke apart, forcing the evacuation of nearly 200,000 people, some concern remains.
It's a little scary, and the only reason why is because we're not sure what's going to happen in town.
There is also hope.
I think that a lot of people are watching, and I think if they say that they're able to use it, I'm going to go ahead and put faith in that.
Meantime, DWR turns to Hyatt Power Plant to help with outflows, increased today to 13,000 cubic feet per second. At Lake Oroville, Max Resnick, KCRA 3 News.
Right now, the spillway is certified to handle flows of 100,000 cubic feet per second.
So with that in mind, let's check in with KCRA 3's Mark Finan talking about how much rain we're expecting up there at Oroville.
Yeah, it is going to be a pretty good amount. So as of today, the lake level stands at 795. And as you heard, they are currently letting out 13,000 CFS out of the Hyatt Power Plant there to keep the level more or less stable until the rain comes in. Now, depending on how much rain we might get that level all the way up to 830 feet, but that would require 400,000 acre feet to come on in. Keep in mind that the top of the reservoir is actually at 900 feet, so there's no threat of it getting that high. So let's talk about how much rain we are talking about above the various forks of the Feather River that drain into Lake Oroville. It's a wide area up in here, and over the next couple of days, Friday and Saturday, we're expecting as much as 3 to 5 inches of rain. You also combine in the snow melt that we'll see down below 8,000 feet, and that will give us the inflows. Whether or not it combines to give us that 400,000 acre feet that we need remains to be seen, and that's why there is still a question whether or not they'll be using that spillway next week. Back to you.
All right.